welcome back to my channel. Don't worry about the background. It is just after 7. The girls are getting ready. I'm letting the baby sleep in a little bit. I'm going to take her to school after the girls get on the bus today. Just because I'm delivering all of her teachers gifts, and I want to make sure that the director is there. Sometimes the director is not there when I drop her off, so I want to make sure she's there. So anyway, I wanted to show you some teacher gift ideas. Down here. As you can see, I have this whole box that I'm delivering today. So like some of them just have like a nice Christmas card in there, and then it's a little notebook. And I just tweaked. And then let's see. Others, a little card and candy in there. And of course I had the wrong size envelope, so the card doesn't even fit in there. But inside, I think I've showed you guys before for my gifts for everyone. Inside is a little thing that says grateful. These boxes, I added just a little thing that says thankful for you. Have a Christmas card on top, and inside there's candy, there's like little sample like bath stuff, and then like a leaf ornament that I got from Hobby Lobby. Pretty sure I showed you guys that in one of my past vlogs. But I can hear the girls. But I thought that would be really nice. I hope the teachers really enjoy this. I mean, I would totally want to get this as a gift for myself. Here's another one. This one says shine bright, sunshine. Here's another one that's just hearts. So yeah, hopefully they like it. I just want to show you guys that. Oh, I can actually show you what the grateful one looks like, in case you forgot. Be grateful. That's what the little sign says. Anyway, I just want to show you that real quick because I know today I'm doing the Q&A, but I wanted to share with you what I'm gifting the teachers before I actually go out and deliver. And then, of course, I have to drop off the scrapbook. Annabelle has a book exchange next week with her friends. And then I'm delivering there, since Annabelle is no longer on formula, we are donating the extra unopened cans that we have to the daycare, as well as all of her bottles. Obviously have been washed and soaked and sterilized so that the other kids can use them. Yeah, because I don't know, we just overstocked on formula, so thought we would just, I mean, first things first, anything we have to donate, we ask the daycare first if they need it. So that is that, and then I will come back on here in a little bit after I get all of the girls on off to school, so I can do my Q&A with you guys. And then my husband is already at work, but we were going through the questions a couple nights ago, and I'll give you some of his answers. So, yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. Hello, you guys. Okay, so it is a couple hours later. I'm jumping right into this Q&A. I'm so excited. I'm taking a little, like, 10-minute break to film this, and, you know, because obviously I'm working from home today. And I'm not gonna lie, getting caught up on YouTube, trying to watch all of my friends' videos, catch up with them, and it's like freezing down here. Normally, I work upstairs, but Caden's home today, and he's taking the day to catch up on schoolwork and stuff, so just thought I'd leave him be up there and then just hang out down here by myself. Oh, but yeah, it's super cold down here. I'm thinking I might have to put on a pullover and some socks. Anywho, okay, so let's jump into this Q&A. I have quite a few questions here. So thank you to everyone who sent in questions. I'm excited to answer these, and yeah, my husband's at work, but like I said, we talked about these questions before, so I will give you his input. Okay, so first question is, talk about your childhood. My childhood, literally, I can write a book about. I can make a movie about. This could be like a totally separate video. So basically my childhood, my parents got divorced when I was 6, and without going into too much dramatic detail, my dad took me and my sister, who was 2 at the time, and we made our way to Texas. He got a job there. We lived in Laredo, Texas for the next until I started high school. We moved back to Illinois right before I started my freshman year of high school. And it was rough, I'm not gonna lie. I talked to my mom every Sunday for 5 minutes. My dad was really strict, and we only saw our family for a couple weeks out of the summer, and then during Christmas time. And so, my sister Katie, I'm sure she has her own take on this. She seemed okay. She was more close to my dad than anybody. I was more close to my mom. I was a mama's girl. And so it was really hard being away from my mom all year, and only being able to talk to her on the phone for a little bit once a week was really hard. I remember sending cards back and forth, and me and her talking about, like, oh, when I come to visit, you know, we're gonna have coffee together and watch our scary movies, and yeah, it was just really hard. But living with my dad and my sister made us 3 close. We were like the 3 musketeers. We were really close. I mean, he was really, really strict. We didn't have a whole lot of leeway but we had a good routine, and, you know, he, now as an adult, when I think back on it, I was like, you know, back then I might have thought, he's a mean dad, like, he doesn't care. But now, as an adult, with my own kids, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, he was a single dad, like, raising 2 girls by himself. Like, ooh. And then even when we moved back, like, raising 2 teenagers, like, oh my gosh. And then, you know, I think it helped when I became a single mom. As hard as it was for me, I just realized how hard my dad worked. And even now I'm like, Dad, I really don't know how you did it. Like, how you raised 2 girls, you know, by yourself. And so, yeah, so we lived in Laredo, Texas, from the time I was in right about 2nd grade until 8th grade. And it was really hard in Texas. I feel like my sister made better friends, more friends than I did. I was kind of a loner. I was a goody two-shoe. I was a teacher's pet. And it was really hard for me to make friends. I felt kind of like an outcast. Like I felt different from everybody else. They would always make fun of me because I didn't know Spanish. But I guess the most important part of it was that it was just me and my sister and my dad, and we all stuck together, and it was a happy little family. So, yeah, that's pretty much the gist of my childhood. Grew up in Laredo, Texas, and was apart from my family. And it was really hard. But at the same time, like, the 3 of us, you know, could count on each other. And, I mean, like, there could be worse things, you know? You could have a worse life. So, yes, I wasn't with my family, and I didn't get to see my mom, but, you know, my dad just, I'm assuming he just did what was best for us. So, that's pretty much it. I mean, I can go into so much detail, but no, just not the right video. There's a lot of trauma behind, like, a lot of, like, sad memories behind my childhood, so, not the video to talk about it. But anyway, thank you for the question, because I don't know, especially since I have new subscribers, I don't know how many of you actually knew that I grew up in Texas. So, fun fact. Okay, moving on about, my weight loss journey and postpartum. Another video that I can totally rant on about. I try not to compare, but just being pregnant with Annabelle, being pregnant with Caroline, they were just 2 totally different pregnancies. With Caroline, I gained 30 pounds. She came out to be a pound. And just crazy. And she came out 3 months early. And then with Annabelle, she was born a month early. I shouldn't say a month. I should say 3 weeks early. And she came out 5 pounds. And I literally gained 5 pounds. I literally, like, I did not lose any weight. I did not gain, like, I hardly gained any weight with Annabelle. And that's because it was just, it was just so different from being pregnant with Caroline. Like, I ate a lot when I was pregnant with Caroline. And with Annabelle, like, everything made me sick. Like, I wasn't hungry. And then, you know, my stomach shrunk. And so today, at this point, I have lost 45 pounds in the past year. And, you know, this is probably a separate video that I'll get into, that I'll make eventually, but I want to do like a full weight loss, you know, video on how I used to call it a diet. It's a lifestyle change, okay? And honestly, I am still uncomfortable with my body. I'm still trying to figure things out, like what works for me, what doesn't. And so yeah, it's been quite the year. I'll say quite the year. But yes, to this day I have lost 45 pounds and it feels really good. But I still feel, I'm sorry, I'm yawning so much. It's cold down here and making me tired. I still have like self-conscious issues, you know. I'm still self-conscious about myself, you know, and it drives my husband nuts. And I'm not at where I want to be exactly, you know. I still look at other girls and I'm like, I'm so jealous. Because I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so pretty, or, you know, they're skinny. But, you know, I try, okay? I have a long way to go to get to where I want to be and to get to where I will feel more comfortable about my body. But, yeah. That's pretty much it. My postpartum also was not nearly as bad as it was with Caroline. With Caroline, I mean, if you want like the full version, like my birth story with Caroline versus my birth story with Annabelle, let me know and I will make a full video on that. But it was just so different, and because of those different situations, I handled it differently. With Annabelle, I feel like I wasn't as depressed. With Caroline, obviously, because, you know, of her story and everything, that caused a lot of depression for quite a few years, until I met Jeff, actually. So, yeah. If you want to hear my full postpartum story and difference between my birth story with Caroline versus Annabelle, just let me know. Okay, update on our lake property. We haven't been to our property in months. I would say since August or September, honestly. And I would still love to build a house on our lake property. And live out there. It would be so nice to like live right by the beach. There's like a little beach. Lake, you know. I would like to build, you know, I don't know. Part of me is like, the kids are gonna grow up and I'm gonna want to like a small house, like an RV for just me and Jeff. But then the other part of me wants to like build this huge house with like 4 or 5 bedrooms and like have my own office, have my own recording studio for like YouTube stuff, and like have my own she cave. Yeah. I don't know. So, and I mean, there's just a lot of debate because taxes are going up on the property and they're thinking about raising taxes like up quite a bit for next year. So, I'm sure we'll get more use out of it once springtime comes. But as of right now, building our lake house is up in the air. We're hoping his mom can move into this house. Kaden can stay with her, and then me and Jeff can build our house and live at the lake house like 90% of the time. I don't know yet. As sure as we were when we bought the property, like as sure as I convinced him, it's still wishy-washy. So we'll just have to find out, but I will definitely keep you guys up to date. Okay, we are already at 16 minutes. Let me try to move along. Okay. So, how does your family feel about you having a YouTube channel? They think I'm nuts. When I first met my husband, he didn't think I was like, he's like, what, a YouTube channel? You have a YouTube channel, okay. Talk to your camera all the time. But then he got more supportive of it, and then now, like, our girls, well, I should say Mirabelle. Mirabelle loves to be on camera, and she'll pretend, like, if she knows I'm vlogging, she'll pretend, like, she'll grab a fake camera, and she'll be like, hey guys, what's up, you know? So I feel like she's gonna be my little vlogger. So I basically feel like everybody's just used to it. Like it's a crazy idea. But I love it more than anything. I call this my second job. Every time I say I have to work online, my husband's like, you need to clarify, because if it's YouTube work, that's not work. If you're working on videos or editing, that's not work. So it's just, I mean, even my dad now, he knows I have a YouTube channel and stuff. He knows I edit and film as my hobby, but I think he still thinks it's nuts that I don't know, that I share my life with everybody. Yeah. Okay, tips for having a good marriage. Me and my husband were talking about this the other day. Well, what did he say? He said commitment? I feel like he said commitment. I say honesty, because he's like, well, duh. And I'm like, yeah, well, let me explain to you why. Because, you know, like, because my dad was so strict, sometimes I didn't want to tell him something, because I'm like, he's gonna get mad at me. Like, he's gonna blow up on me because, you know, of something stupid. Sometimes I feel that way, about my own husband, I'm like, oh my gosh, sometimes he is like my dad. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like this seems like a big deal, but it's really not. And like once I'm honest with him and say, hey, okay, this is what happened, like I'm sorry, or you know, this is what's going on, what do you think? I feel so much better. Like communication is like the biggest thing. Like sometimes I am so, I don't want to say passive aggressive. Sometimes I don't want to overwhelm anybody or worry anybody or make anybody mad, so I keep it inside me, and then it just like bubbles up and gets to the point where one day I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm like an emotional wreck, and you know, I have to explain why, and it's like, why didn't you just tell him in the first place? So I feel so much better after I talk to him. He's like my therapist, honestly. Like, he's my best friend. I can tell him anything. He's not embarrassed by me. Unless I dance in public. But yes, tips for having a good marriage is definitely communication, and honesty. Just be upfront and honest, and date nights. That's a big thing that's been keeping us going. Having a good love life. We go out every weekend, just me and him, and that's where we get to eat dinner, we get to laugh, and we get to share what's on our minds. And you know, sometimes it's not pretty. I'm not gonna lie, but you know, it ends up being really good because we get to share what's on our mind, and we get to spend time with each other, and yeah, it's really nice. So I would say date nights are definitely a good thing. Me and him both agree on this next one. Mama tips for raising kids. Be patient. As much as I can tell you, there's a reason why me and Jeff are together. I am the nicer one. I'm not the. I'm getting better. I'm getting better at being the rule enforcer, but he is like, you know, ooh, better watch out, Dad gonna get you. Like, you know, like, do I need to call your daddy? Yeah, because the kids, literally all four of them, will walk all over me. And that's just because I'm too nice. But I'm learning how to discipline them better and how to use my own voice to, you know, tell them, hey, that's not okay. Like, you can't disrespect me like that. You can't walk all over me. I'm not gonna let you do that. It's taken a lot of courage, but I feel like you need patience, and that's one thing I have better than Jeff. Jeff does not have patience, but I feel like that's why we're perfect together, because he's not like, I don't want to say the mean one, but like, he knows how to put them in place, and he knows how to like take care of the household and pay the bills and how to be the man of the house. And I'm the soft, caring mother and wife who takes care of the kids and, you know, is there when you need me, and, you know, I'm here to listen. Even if I don't have any advice, I will still be here to listen. And so I feel like that's what makes us us. Like, we balance each other out. So tips for raising kids: have lots of patience. Just, I try to remind myself, even if it's dumb, if I get after a kid for like, you know, like, this, okay. So, Like, when I was little, every time I made a mistake, my dad would get mad at me. I don't want my kids to feel like that, like, just because they spilled milk, just clean it up. And, sometimes Jeff does overreact. But, I have to remind myself of that too. Like, sometimes it's no big deal, and I have to tell myself, like, I, will get upset about something, and I'm like, why? Just, like, I have to remember to not yell at them, but sternly talk to them. I try to remember my Super Nanny tips. Everything I've learned from Super Nanny, which honestly does help. So, watch Super Nanny. You'll get a lot of good tips. But I have to even be patient with myself. So, that's the number one tip. Be patient. Try to take your time. Yeah, take care of yourself, because my husband is constantly reminding me I have to take care of myself before I take care of everybody else. And I know that's really hard to do. And I just have to remind myself, they're not going to be little forever, So, I want to take advantage of that. Okay, so, go-to recipes for feeding your family. Okay, so our go-to, we always have a pizza night every night, whether it's homemade, frozen, or we order. It's always pizza night every Wednesday, and the kids expect that. And I know sometimes we get a little burnout, on having the same things every night. But that's why I try to switch it up. And me and my husband will make a grocery list, the week before, and I'm like, hey, I'm thinking of these recipes, and he's like, okay, why don't you focus on one? Our other go-to besides pizza is probably pasta. We always have pasta in the house. We always have red sauce and white sauce, Alfredo sauce, and like we had that not last night. Last night was pizza night. Tuesday we had pasta, because I got home late, and so did he, because of the traffic, and it was just easy to just boil up a pot of water and, throw some pasta in it and put some sauce on it and call it a day. So, another good one is we have snack nights on Friday nights, because normally Fridays or Saturdays there are date nights. So normally the kids get to choose whatever they want to eat, like cereal or a sandwich or yogurt or whatever. I mean, it's not like we let them binge on candy or anything, but if they want a bag of chips and some yogurt, then they can do that, or I'll whip up something quick like peanut and jelly for them. So snack nights are very, very helpful. Okay, last one is favorite alcoholic beverage. I would say my new favorite has been one that my sister has gotten me into, I think I would say for the past year. Stella Rosa in black. This wine is so good, and it's sweet, and it's perfect, and I can literally chug it out of the bottle because it's so good. But yeah. Okay. So I'm just about at 30 minutes for this video. I know it's super long. Sorry. I try to make it short, but sometimes you go on that tangent, some stories. So if you have any other questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. If you want me to do a different Q&A, I really want to do a mother Q&A, mother-daughter Q&A. Like one toddler friendly, and then one like with me and my mom. Because I saw that on my friend Tiffany Jetter's channel, and I was like, oh my gosh, that looks so fun. So, yeah, definitely look forward to that. Let's continue Vlogmas, and let's see, today's the 15th, Vlogmas Day 15. technically I'm going to label this as Vlogmas Day 14 because I didn't upload anything yesterday. So today is your Vlogmas Day 14 video. I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A. Thank you for your questions and your beautiful comments. I appreciate you guys, every single one of you. You are supporting my dream, and I love making videos for you, and it just makes me happy. This makes me happy, like talking to you and sharing advice and, you know, making us feel that we're not alone, like we have each other. Like we have each other's backs for support. So thank you guys so much again. Let me know if there's any other future videos that you want to see, that you're curious about, whatever it is. Check out the teacher's gifts. Like, I highly recommend, even if you can't do as many gifts as I did, because, you know, it was a small daycare, so that's why I did that many presents. But even if it's just one gift for your kid's teacher, I promise you that will make their day. I even wrote a special Christmas card and gave a pack of chocolates to the cleaning lady that comes by and empties out her trash cans at the office, and it totally made her day. I could tell it. She was like, oh my gosh, I want to cry. And I'm like, I don't know, I just feel extra giving this year. And like the bus driver, like we don't think about the bus drivers, and I'm like, I asked the bus driver, I'm like, coffee or chocolate? And it's funny how a lot of people say chocolate. So, you know, I made her a special Christmas card from the girls and gave her chocolate. And guess what? Maribel this morning was like, the bus driver ate all her chocolates. It was so good. I saw it in her trash can. So that makes me happy. Just makes me feel good. And yeah, so highly recommend that. Thank you guys so much again for this Q&A. This video is getting to be 32 minutes. So I'm going to end it here. Love you guys. Subscribe if you are new. Turn on your notification bell so we can celebrate Vlogmas together. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.